Alright, let me talk over some B-roll for a minute while I set this up. So, for my playthrough of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I decided that I wanted to beat the game with a team entirely of unevolved Pokemon. I've played a lot of Pokemon games in my time, and they have all been pretty easy lately, right? Seemed like a great idea to spice things up. It was a terrible idea. The Elite Four in this game, and Cynthia in particular, are no joke. Cynthia seems to have like a legitimately competitive team. It's crazy. But I started this run anyway, and now I'm completely committed, so let's go over the team that I made for it. They're called the Little Lads. Alright, first up we've got Bidoof, our Lord and Savior. He's carrying some leftovers. He's a simple Bidoof, so all of his stat changes are doubled, which is pretty cool, and he's got Substitute, Ice Beam, Work Up, and Headbutt. Ghastly has Destiny Bond, Trick Room, Thunderbolt, and Dazzling Gleam with the ability Levitate, and he's holding a Quick Claw. And then of course we've got our boy Skorupi, or Skroops as I like to call him, with his little Razor Claw. He's got the ability Sniper, and he knows Toxic Spikes, Cross Poison, Knockoff, and X-Scissor. Of course, next up is Psyduck with Aerial Ace, Brine, Psychic, and Soak. His ability is Damp, which doesn't really help us much here, and he's carrying a King's Rock. We've got our boy Turts with his little Shell Bell. He's got the ability Overgrow, and he knows Crunch, Synthesis, Bullet Seed, and Stealth Rock. And finally, our little Whoopie boy knows Earthquake, Ice Beam, Scald, and Recover, an egg move, with the ability Water Absorb, and he is carrying a Focus Band. Sadly not a Focus Sash, but what can you do? Those aren't really available until post-game. So let's back up for a minute. I first started this Elite Four run at level 60, but I couldn't get in the door. The rival wiped the floor with me, we were too under-leveled. I leveled up to 65 to get past him, and then I hit a wall in the middle of the Elite Four. It just seemed like it would take a lot of luck. And, of course, with the stories I've heard about Cynthia, I figured 65 was still too low. I attempted the Elite Four again with Jesse by my side at level 69. Nice. And we did get all the way through them. I actually recorded this run. It had comedy. I guess it makes sense that a baby turtle would be outsped by a giant horse.
Oh, a flaming horse of death? Yeah, I understand. Satan's horse? Yeah.
Satan's horse. That all sounds
Woo!
good. See you later.
Yeah.
He ain't sturdy.
They ain't sturdy.
He ain't gonna be in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond 2.
No.
It had tragedy.
I mean,
I think anything.
Ball of armor. I mean,
anything fighting. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah, welcome to the Little Lads.
Oh my god. It looks like it might cry.
He might.
I would too. Put some
Nice, we
damage on
outspeed. Oh.
Well, I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, but I'm weak to him.
Are you? Yeah, you are. How long is our video right now?
The video's at 1:20.
Yeah, about saying half of it is this fight.
This is horrifying. I've never hated anything more. Friendship. Hey, we dodged it. Out of love. Is friendship broken? Who's to say? Oh, she missed.
That's convenient.
Dude,
Yeah.
Bidoof is building. Oh, he healed the burn.
Good.
From sheer determination.
About to say, that's the Bidoof I know.
That's my boy, Doof. Ooh.
Ooh, get out of here.
Bidoof.
Oh, Doof.
He's doing it. Sap Sipper? Why does it have that? Oh, Turtwig loves,
Toughing it out.
Turtwig loves me. I mean, that's not ideal, because we still aren't, probably not going to go first. We're a turtle, for God's sake. But
I guess he's not dark.
maybe not. Survive. He survived it.
Dude, you're kidding me.
He survived it. Turtwig. Yes. It had drama. Oh, we outspeed.
Yeah, wow.
Psyduck outspeeds.
Hey, that's surprising.
Interesting. Did not expect that. Metacham. Also below half health. We
That's
can
right.
brine here. We can keep brining.
We can keep brining.
Outspeeds again. What? Are you serious?
The underdog coming back.
Psyduck doing work.
That's not good.
That's terrible.
But now you know.
I'm pretty sure
Thunderbolting?
Yeah, but I don't think Gas is going to survive it. If he didn't have Trick Room up, we would outspeed. But unless Ghastly loves me, I think we're screwed here.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Well, we do have Quick Claw. Quick Claw!
Quick Claw.
Come on, come
Do
on,
something.
Kill it. Be done, Ghastly.
Be good.
Yes!
Yeah, totally. Woo!
But since I'm doing this finale by myself, I thought it would be kind of weird to have parts 1 and 2 with Jesse, and then this be like a solo thing that I commented over in post. It seemed weird. But I guess if more people were interested in the details, I could post that bad boy. I do have the episodes edited. Anyway, after all of that excitement, we again hit a wall. This time it was Cynthia herself. It wasn't even close. After another hour of trying things against her, it was pretty obvious that no amount of luck would be getting the lads through. So I leveled up to level 76 and 77, roughly 10 ahead of her strongest. I changed up some of the moves a bit more to what you saw earlier when I introduced them, and then actually I changed up another move after I beat Elite 4 again. That's why I had to scratch out and change that shot of Bidoof's moves, because I replaced Headbutt with Pluck, but I didn't do that before I finished the Elite. You get the idea. Anyway, it's fine. The lads tried for a little over an hour at these new levels. Let's see if it was worth it for them. Alright. I've never commented one of these things in post before, but here we are. It's the first time for everything, I reckon. Let's take on Cynthia with the little lads. Also, her theme song is fantastic. Just gonna throw that out there. Alright, so we're starting out. If I recall correctly, I changed to starting out with Bidoof. I had actually tried many things, many leads, but it never stayed the same for too long. I did finally settle on Bidoof, for no real reason, really. He's kind of just here to maybe do damage, and he's like the least offensive to waste against her. So he comes out with a substitute. She hits him with her Dark Pulse, which, you know, the substitute just breaks immediately, so it's largely pointless. I'm not sure, God, it's been a week already, or 2 almost. It's going to be weird to commentate this. I did have him use Ice Beam. Now, I really was hoping to get lucky with a freeze. I saw someone beat the game. J-Rose11 beat it with just a Bidoof, and it did kind of make me wonder if I could use some of his strats. I found that my levels are too low, though. Even the few times I did get the freeze, Bidoof really couldn't solo things the way that his could. So really, we just keep using the Ice Beam. Now, her spirit, she did act weird with the Spiritomb. Like, based off of how much damage I did, she may or may not pull it, which was sometimes better than others. The original reaction I got from her the first few times was that she would switch into Roserade, and I could be Ice Beaming the Roserade, and that was good, because Roserade was a big problem for my team. But I don't know why. I got an update at one point, and all of a sudden, which I'm sure that's just a coincidence, but all of a sudden she just wouldn't do that anymore. So now we're sort of just, you know, plucking his berry, getting some help. We're just going to get as many Ice Beams as we can on him, just to do enough damage to make sure that my Ghastly can one-shot it. Because the Dazzling Gleam from Ghastly didn't always one-shot it. You know, it's not a guarantee. So I needed to do a little bit more than a third of damage, pretty much. The Quick Claw there was irrelevant, because we were going to outspeed no matter what. It's fine. So Ghastly does, in fact, take out the Spiritomb, which is good. That's great. And just to be clear, this was probably after about an hour and a half of trying. See, she's to the Gastrodon now. That's all she would ever send out after that. I don't know what changed in her mind, but I could never get her to send the Roserade out. I could still get her to switch out of him early, depending on how much damage I did, but she would always go with Gastrodon now, after Spiritomb. It was weird. This Gastrodon loves to use that rock attack until it slows you down to where you're slower than it. So you know pretty much what you're gonna get. Like, even in this case, he'd be better off to just use his poison move that I know he has, which is a problem when he does use it. and just one-shot Turtwig, but he won't do it. He has to slow you down first. That's something that I could use to my advantage. Took me a long time to figure a lot of this stuff out. Roserade was just the biggest douche on the planet. I don't know why. I don't know that it's really meant to be as bad as it is, but it truly was. I hated it so much. So here I switched into Psyduck, which for a long time I was using Skorupi only against her because I felt like he could kind of deal with it, but I didn't want... Switching into it still sucked. He's a tough lad, but he's not that tough. So Psyduck is basically here just to give Skorupi a clean switch in. I don't really like sacrificing lads, and, you know, I spent a long time trying to not do that, but it seemed a necessary evil, and Psyduck is fairly expendable in this battle. So now we get the clean switch into Skorupi, who can pretty much just cross-poison her, and she's just going to Shadow Ball every time. That's what she always does to Skorupi. The cross-poison, if it crits, almost one-shots her, but it doesn't. So she's going to burn her full restores here, which is perfect, because I don't want her to have those around later if we can avoid it. So I always want to get those crits with his ability and hope that she keeps burning those full restores, because once I don't get that crit, I'm only going to do about half, and it'll be a 2-hit KO, and she'll get another hit in, and she won't burn a full restore. So at least we were able to waste 2 there. If I recall right, that's it. She's not going to use one here, even though we did get another crit. Let's see. I had to think about this. I really wanted to set up spikes for the future, but I just felt like if I did that, she was going to outspeed me, because she did, and I wouldn't get to kill her with Skorupi, and I just felt like that she needed to go down. But you can see here I struggled with it for a minute, thinking about it in my head, like, should I lay the spikes? I mean, I've had issues before later on where it would have been nice to have a little bit of damage on them, or, you know, to keep another Pokemon later from burning itself and getting, you know, where I can't really do anything else to it and it stalls me out. But I just decided to let's just get the kill. We should get another hit out of Skorupi. He does outspeed a lot, so I was okay with that. Let's not get the spikes, and let's just do one more hit on Melodic. This is the stall lad I was talking about. She really does like to, especially when you can't do this much damage to her because you're a tiny unevolved Pokemon, she really likes to beef up and just, you know, waste your time and recover, and you just get lost in this endless circle of garbage. So that would, the Toxic would have been nice there to combat her stalls, but we're still looking okay. We've got 3 left. If I recall right, she's got 3 left, so it's not too bad. I'm debating here whether or not to go ahead and burn Turtwig, and it just seems like the best call to my mind, so I sent him out. Now he will do pretty good damage, but she's bulky and she knows Ice Beam, so it's basically he's dead in 2 hits from her, which is not great. And if he could get 4 or 5 hits here, he'd be all right. There's 3. Can he get the 4? No, he can't. So that's bad. It's bad luck for us, really, because Turtwig could have made short work of this, and the ending could have been way different. But sadly, it's not. So she just Ice Beams us, outspeeds, to be expected. At least it's quite hurt. Ghastly can probably finish it off, but will she use Recover? Will she use an item? Does she have any left? He does know Thunderbolt, thank God. You can see me debating it. Do I need to set up a Trick Room? Is now even the time to do it? Because she might heal, and we might get stuck in a chain of heals and attacks, but I did feel like it was my best chance. And she didn't heal there. That was surprising to me. We do set up the Trick Room, because we know that with what we've got left and the 2 Pokemon that she has left, we're going to get outsped pretty much on the reg. It's interesting to me that she went first twice there, despite the Trick Room setup. So to me, that means we were in a tie, and she just happened to win the tie both times. I'm a little unclear on that. That's the only like explanation that I have. So now we've got Wooper. I've been in this stall battle with her before, but now we outspeed. She's not using full restores. I really was convinced she didn't have any left at this point. But I don't know if I'm right. I think she does use one more. So I'm surprised she didn't A, use that full restore or recover. She may have used a recover, but we outspeed. But I'm surprised she didn't use the full restore. Now I did cut around this battle a little bit because there were a lot of decision-making times for me. We got Earthquake here. Oddly enough, it decides to set up. It could have just one-shot my Wooper right there. For some reason, it felt the need, I think it could have anyway, it felt the need to set up a special attack boost there for a nasty plot. And all that nasty plot did was get it KO'd, and Wooper has full health. So here we are, just Wooper against her ace, her freaking perfect max speed Garchomp. This little whoopy boy is just gonna stare it down and be like, nah, bruh, we got this. I'm debating here, but what I'm gonna do is go with Ice Beam. I know it has that stupid ice-resistant berry, but I'm just thinking, okay, maybe we can survive on the first hit and then get the Ice Beam in, and then survive on the next hit on Friendship, and then end it. I mean, I was really just hoping for desperation plays here. That's all I've got. It's Wooper versus Garchomp, for God's sake. He used up his berry. I'm debating if I should try to recover. Does it matter? No, not really. Let's just go for the Ice Beam. And then Wooper survives on 1 health because not of Friendship, because of its Focus Band. The item that I really never saw pop in most of my attempts ever for Wooper. But here we are. We've got one now. The Ice Beam almost killed it. The second Ice Beam without her berry, the damage was a lot better. She's getting a little nervous. You can tell she has dialogue. Now I'm debating again. Do I recover? Nope. Let's just go for the Ice Beam. She did have a final full restore that she saved for just such an occasion. So here we are back at square one, only with 1 HP to full HP. The Ice Beam, okay. It's a 2-hit KO from Whoops here. Come on, Wooper. One more Ice Beam. What have we got here? Earthquake hits. We survive on 1 HP again. Not from Friendship, but from the Focus Band again. Never popped this whole time. 2 in a row. Ice Beam. Whoop, there it is. The little whoopy boy with the crit wasn't even necessary. He just overkilled her Garchomp. And I gotta be honest, I mean, you can see right there, I captured the last bit in the Switch. I was amazed. I could not believe. I had been going at this for, like I said, at least an hour, and I could not believe that's what did it. Like, just a Wooper 1v1ing really her Lucario and her Garchomp, probably her 2 best guys. I mean, that there was just no other way to say it other than it's amazing. That's it. The power of not only Friendship, but just luck and just the whole thing. I mean, should we have won it? No. Could I do it consistently? No. And, you know, when I did set out for this, I did want to be able to do it consistently, but I just don't think there's any way of doing that with some consistency. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, sure, if you take the unevolved team and you really plan it out and, you know, you EV train properly and you get really high IVs and, you know, you have some post-game items, yeah, then maybe you could make it consistent. I mean, sure, you could make it more consistent for sure, but you could probably make it fairly consistent with all of those little caveats. But to just take a team, you know, catch them as you go and beat the game with them, and so your EVs are all over the shop. You're not in the post game. You don't have certain items. You're not using items in battle. You know, it's a lot to ask to do it, any way other than this, I think. And so I did kind of say, you know what, I'll take what I can get. It still made, I think, for an awesome battle and an interesting story, and I can say, hey, I did it with my little lads. And I'm not a competitive Pokemon battler. I've never really done any of these challenge runs or anything special like this. It's just something that I was kind of interested in doing. And, if I had done it in Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, or Sword and Shield even, I think it really wouldn't have been very difficult. But they really did go out over and above and beyond, really, for the Elite Four here, particularly Cynthia, having the sort of stats and the teams and the items that they do. And the AI is quite good as well. I think sometimes it actually predicts you maybe a little too well. Like maybe it read your input, I don't know. But it's really good at predicting, and they're just really smart. I mean, it's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. It was a fun experience. I don't know if I would do it again in this game. It like I said, the time took way longer than I thought, but I don't know. It was rewarding in its own right. Maybe next time, I just plan it out more. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm still coming down from it. Just rewatching that video, man, gets me kind of hyped and excited. I really forgot how cool it was to do it. But anyway, sorry that I had the first 2 episodes with Jesse, and with holidays and New Year's and everything, it just didn't work out that we could finish it. And I really wanted to do this and get this up before the end of the year, so I just thought I'd solo it myself. So this is very different than what I would normally do. I don't normally do solo stuff. I definitely don't do very much talk over it in post, except for the odd experimental video that I've done in the past. And so this is different for us, but here we are. I enjoyed it. I hope that the people that are still here enjoyed it. I hope that the little lads provided to you like an ounce of what they provided to me, because it was a good experience. Despite the time sink, it was a fun time. Maybe I would like to do this again in an easier game, like a Sword and a Shield, or a Let's Go Pikachu, or a Let's Go Eevee. I don't know. Because at that point, if it's that much easier, is it really worth it? I don't know. I do want to get better at battling. I'd like to try battles online, and I'd like to maybe do like a bug-only run or something. I don't know. I do want to do something. I doubt that I would necessarily record it, because, people don't really watch this channel. So I don't know what the point would be to do that solo if no one wants to see it from me. But I might do it for myself, and then of course, maybe show the interesting part like I did here. I don't know. At any rate, I'm considering something. I don't know. The channel's probably gonna be changed or different in some fashion. I don't know. 2021 is almost behind us, so who knows what's around in the future. I guess there's only one way to find out. Hopefully I'll see you there.